Good morning and welcome to chair yoga. Make sure that your chair is secure and that you've got enough room around you. If there's anything that we do and you don't feel comfortable, remember you don't have to do it. Today we hopefully, if I remember, we're going to finish. Oh, I'm going to press record to that. We'll hopefully finish with a facial massage. So we're going to bring ourselves to this position. We're going to start with it's a skull cleansing breath. So with this, we're breathing out and we're trying to pull our belly in and then just let the air come back out. Now you keep it, we'll do around 10 rounds, then we'll have a rest. And we'll take in 3 breaths, breathing out through the mouth and just letting everything relax. And we'll do that 4 times. So we'll do 4 sets of 10 of skull cleansing breath. If you get dizzy or it doesn't feel right, then stop and just go into cleansing breath. Especially if you've got blood pressure problems, because it will raise the blood pressure a little. It warms the body up. So from here, we're going to breathe out down the nose and pull in. So just a couple of breaths. So I'm going to take it a little faster, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Again. And I'm going to go a little bit faster again, but you don't have to. And I've taken a couple of rescue breaths. Now we're going to go and do it again, and we're going to do slow 20, fast 20 or slow 10. Okay, so you choose. I'm going to do 20 but quite fast. Choose the position you want. So here we go. Now it's half a bellow breath because we're not breathing out fast as well. We're just letting the breath come in. And that's a better one, especially if you've got high blood pressure, because bellow breath really shoots your blood pressure up. But with both of them, be very careful. See how you feel. Take it easy. See how your head feels after doing a couple of them. And then, like I said, try speeding it up. But again, if it doesn't feel right, take a few breaths, change to a different type of breathing exercise. So we're going to work with our neck. We're going to take it into a diagonal stretch. So we're bringing our thumb, placing it into the base of our skull. So just in here, trying to stretch the fingers out. My bun wasn't a good idea. You're going to try and keep the head there, and you're going to breathe in and look up towards your elbow. And then you're breathing out down towards your shoulder. Breathing up breathing down. Let's take one more. And bring it back to centre. I'm going to turn back round. So we're going to do the other side. So again, finger in the base of the skull. Breathe in to look up. And breathe out to look down. Let's do one more. And bringing it back. Take the arms down. So if you were to feel any sickness, especially when you're going towards the left, if you feel any sickness, so it, and I mean sort of like you really want to actually be sick, that is a really bad indication of a blood clot in the body. If you ever feel that way, especially when you're going to the left or either side, you feel really physically sick, go and see your doctor. It takes one little pinprick and they'll be able to test your INR number, your international ratio number, and this will tell you whether there's a blood clot within the system. But that is a great indication because it crosses your carotid artery. So any kind of sickness at that point, go and see your doctor straight away. Don't want to scare anybody, but it's always forewarned is forearmed, or forearmed is forewarned, whatever you want to put it. So it's always a good thing to know. So we're going to work our shoulders. Again, if your arms get too much or it hurts your shoulders, bring this down. We're going to start with one thumb up, the left thumb up and the right thumb down. Stretching our arms out. We're going to spin them so that the opposite goes up, the opposite goes down. We're thinking about what's happening in the shoulders. So we're twisting them and turning them up and down. It's a great stretch for your shoulder muscles, but you'll also feel it into your elbows and into your wrists. So you're trying to stretch them and turn them back as far as they can go. So as far as they can go, all the way round. Again, I forgot my counting, but I think I'm on 8. And 10. And let's bring them back down. So bringing the hands together, bring the thumbs together, the things on the inside, bring the thumbs round, hands out nice and straight, roll them in. And then take them in the opposite direction. Again, you'll feel this working through the shoulders, through the elbows, through the arms. You'll feel it through the back of the arms and the top of the arms. And bring it down. At the same time, you're starting to work them wrists. So let's work our fingers. So we're going to do the same sort of thing we do with our toes. We're going to pinch our finger, pull it a little bit, give it a circle in sort of 5 round in one direction, 5 in the other, and then move on to the next finger. Pinch the finger, give it a little pull, give it a little stretch. And then into our thumb. Now I've got my arm up here. You can have your arm down here and do it. It doesn't have to be really high. Sorry. You're probably all thinking, my shoulder. But yeah, sorry. It's just that I tend to do it up there so you can see what I'm doing. So let's move to the next one. So again, pinch the finger, give it a pull, give it a little shake. This is just opening up the joints in the fingers. So if you've been typing or texting, it helps to just open them joints. So then with the finger, we're going to grab our finger along the base, bring it to the base of the opposite finger, pull it back, and then flick it. Do the same to the other finger. Pull it back and let it flick. Pull it back, let it flick. Pull it back, and you may feel some kind of crunching right down here. We can do the same thing with the thumb as well. Pull it and flick it. Now the crunching tends to be because we're holding our hands in this position. So whether you're driving, if you're a hairdresser and anything like that, then you'll tend to be holding the hands in one position. And then just shake out the hands. You should feel, again, the fingers should feel a bit more as if they've got blood coming down toward them. They should feel a bit nicer. Especially if you've got arthritis in the hands or the wrist. Doing things like this brings blood down towards these areas, so it's really good for you to do that. So we'll take it into our upper body. We're going to do a diagonal stretch. So we're sitting on our chair, but we're taking our right leg out so that it's coming to the corner of our chair. And then we're going to bring ourselves round. This leg, the left leg, you don't want that falling in. You want to keep it pushing out to the side. You're going to breathe out and bring yourself down onto your right leg. Now if you've got back problems, you may want to keep that back nice and straight. If you've got blood pressure problems, you may want to keep your head up. If you haven't got either, you may want to let yourself drop down. Now from here you're breathing into the back. But it's also a twist. So where does the breath actually go? Does it feel as you're breathing in that your left lung is being stretched a little bit more than your right lung? We're going to lift our head if we've dropped it down. We can bring our hands back to our knees and we can use the hands to help push us back up. We're going to bring that leg in. And we'll try the other leg. So we're taking the leg out to the corner. We're turning ourselves round. We're rolling ourselves down. Again, it's up to you where you want to put your head. But think about the breath. It's coming in through the back. It's better into the back because we're stretching and lying down on the front. But does it feel as if you're breathing in? That now your right shoulder, right side is being stretched a bit more than your left. If it doesn't, don't worry. But it's just about noticing. So again, we're lifting the head. We're bringing the hands up. We're bringing ourselves back. Let's bring ourselves one more time.
basically what you're trying to do is to get your chin past your knee, even at this point. But we're lifting the head. Let's do one more. Should be able to feel the stretch through that lower back. Should be quite nice, but remember, if you've got back problems, if it feels too much, don't take it over too far. You may even feel the shoulder blades being pulled and stretched. So we're going to lift the head and bring ourselves back up. Bringing ourselves in. So whenever we do a diagonal forward, we have to do the diagonal backwards. So again, if we take our leg out to the side, keep that leg facing forward, turn yourself round. If it's your right leg out, you're going to place your right hand on your head and you're going to look into your elbow. Place your hands on your base of your back. Breathe in, lift the elbow up, stretching back. Again, where does that breath want to go? And then bringing it back. Bring the leg in. Let's try the other side. The leg turns out. We're turning ourselves around. The other leg, the right leg's facing forward. Placing our hands on our bum. Breathing in. Lifting the elbow. So it's not the neck that lifts, it's the elbow that's lifting. And as that lifts, it pushes the back, opening up the front of the chest. On the left side, squeezing it at the back on the right. And bringing it back down. Let's try one more each side. So this time, if you feel safe enough, you don't have to put your hand on your bum. You can take the hand down by your back. As long as you don't feel you're going to fall off your chair. But your bum should be completely flat. And like I said, it's not the head. The head will over-tip you over. It's that elbow that's moving. And bringing it back up. Let's change sides, last one. Bring ourselves round the front. So we're going to do a bit of a caterpillar when we're sitting down. I'm going to turn my chair to the side. I must get my chair back up. You'll bring yourself to the edge of your chair, taking your legs wide apart. You're going to lift the head up, bring your chest forward, drop your head, curl yourself back on. Head goes back, chest goes forward, curling all the way back up. So it becomes a nice little movement with the shoulders, with the... You can move the arms down if you want. So from here, as you go forward, and then curling up. Taking the chest down. Curling up. So you can keep it small, you can take it big. It's up to you. But you're working that spine. Breathing out as you're going forward. Breathing in as you're coming back up. Let's do one more. Bringing it back up. Lovely. You should feel a nice movement, like a vibration through your body as you're doing that. It should make you feel alive. Feel that the upper body starts to wake up. So let's take it down into our pelvic floor. We're bringing our knees in. If you need to, grip your block between your thighs. We're closing our eyes. We're going to think about down here. We're going to try and pull in our bottom, pull in the front, so we want to stop ourselves from having a wee. Pull in our belly. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and let it relax. Now understand the difference between relaxing and pulling in. That's the thing that we need to know to relax. So here we go again. At the back, at the front, at the belly, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Here we go again, number 3. At the back, at the front, at the belly, and hold. Make sure you're breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. 4th one. At the back, at the front, at the belly, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Last one. At the back, at the front, at the belly, and hold. 1, and relax. Lovely. So, we did one last week, which was quite fun. So I'm going to see if you can do this again. Now, you have to again send your mind down here. It has to go. Yes, we're doing the P one. We're doing the P one. You have to send it right down here. You have to think about it. Now there's 2 inside us as ladies. There are 2 lips
as they're kind of called. You have your outer ones, which go like this. Then just slightly up from your outer ones, there's other ones and they go sideways. So you've got some that do this and some that do that. So in two different directions. They're like little boxes. Now, the best way to describe this is to imagine that you've got a pea on your chair, a pea or a bean or anything like that on the chair. And you want to try and pick up this bean or this pea with your vagina. There's no other way to describe it, and it's a really good way of focusing to imagine picking up a pea. But you have to pick up the pea in that direction and then in that direction. So you're kind of going, trying to see how you do it. So to that, one that way, little square boxes. So close your eyes. Now, my daughter, when I told her this, she said, what, a real pea? And I had to say, no. Don't try it with a real pea. Imagine there's a pea. So, imagine your pea down there. Now you're going to squeeze the outer ones, which go side to side. Then slightly harder, a little bit further up, there's some that are going backwards and forwards. So it'll come from your belly button to your back. They're little squares. Little harder, a little bit further up. And then we'll go back to our outside ones, going side to side. And then we'll see if we can move up and go back to front. And we'll do one more. Taking it down, let's go side to side. And let's take it a little higher, go back to front. And relax. Now these are your orgasm muscles. The more that you work them, the better they are to increase your orgasm. And you can actually have an orgasm while doing this, even without anything there, just doing that. And it can create a nice sensation around that area. And why shouldn't we have a nice sensation? I don't see, there's nothing wrong with having a nice sensation for ourselves. So let's bring ourselves into our legs. Let's take it down into our legs. So we're going to pull up our pelvic floor. Now that we've worked it and it knows what it's supposed to be doing, we can pull in the front and the back. We can lift it up and pull in the stomach. So there's lots of things that we can do down there. So with this, all we're doing is we're marching. We're lifting while trying to keep everything tight, lifting your legs up and down. V, it looks like I'm about to do a guiding on you. That was a strange way of doing that. Oh, I've lost myself now. So then we're going to take it into a walk out. So lift and push. Now because you're on the floor, you may want to do, let me just drop this down a little so you can see. You're on the floor, lean back, squeeze everything in, and just do toe taps. So lifting up and down like that. Yeah. That'll just make it's easier if you're on the floor doing that one. So for us, we can lift and kick, but everything in nice and tight. And then we're going to bring it down. So we're going to bring ourselves into our standing. Bringing ourselves to the edge. Are the hands here or hands here? Do it from your settee. So be if you sit on the settee and do it from the settee. It's still the same thing. Getting up and out of the settee is just the same as coming off a chair. Instead of using your hands and pushing yourself up. Just sit yourself, get yourself out of the settee. So, legs in front. Again, if you want, you could always hold a block and do this. And again, that encourages the inside of legs. Hands here, or above your head, on your hips, doesn't really matter. I'm going to start with my hands here. We're going to come up on a breath in, hold it in chair, and then as we breathe out and carry on the breath in, stand up. So we're going to breathe in, hold it here, breathe out, then lift, breathe in. We're going to sit down, we're going to breathe out and hold it, breathe in here, and on the next breath out, sit down. Okay? So we're going to do 4 more sitting down and 5 standing. Here we go. Lovely. That's 2. Three. 4. We're staying up this time. And bring the arms down. Lovely. So using the back of our chair, if you need to, maybe you don't have to if you don't want to. We're going to take our right leg out to the side, bring it in, take it back, bring it in, push our hips forward, pull our shoulders back, stretch that psoas muscle. Bring it up, take it out, left leg out to the side, and in, and back, and in, and stretching back. And let's do 1 more on each side. These are stretching the inside and the outside of the thighs. We're also working, lifting that bum as we've been sitting on it. And then stretching the front of here, which helps, which pulls us forward and causes a lot of back pain. That's 1. Out. And back. And back.
Step the foot back. Right foot back, keep the heel on the floor. Push into the front knee, push the back knee in the opposite direction. Remember, you don't have to use a chair, you can have your hand on there. You can always put this against the wall and push, where you'll feel it right into your calf. Bring it up, step it in. Let's try the other side. So stepping out, put the heel down, push into the front knee, push back with the back knee. And up onto the tiptoe, bring it in. Let's swap sides. We'll just bring that down so you can see my feet a bit better. So stepping it back, bend the front knee, push the back knee back. Feel it through the back of the knees. Again, every time you're sitting, you're shrinking the back of this knee. You're stretching the front of it, so this rebalances it. Now from here, we're going to move backwards. So we're going to bend that back knee, keeping the foot flat on the floor, straighten the front knee. Feel it move from the calf down to the ankle, but you'll also feel it right up into the hip as well. Then we're going to come up, lift onto the tiptoes, stretch the toes, bring it in. So again, let's take it back, starting the first one, so knee goes forward at the front, knee goes back at the back. Feeling it push into that calf. Slowly bring it and change it. So bending that back knee, keeping the heel down, straighten the front leg. So we're coming up, and you're going to come and stretch them toes and lift it forward. So we're going to take it back straight into it. I'm going to turn slightly this way so that hopefully you can see my foot a bit better. We're taking it back, we're stepping back and pushing back into that back knee. Now if you want, you don't have to, you can move the foot very gently side to side. And what you'll feel is different ligaments through the ankle, through the foot, into the knee, into the hips. This is what we'd call a runner stretch, because of when you go out running, you're going to hit uneven surfaces. So you may go from concrete to grass, and you want to make sure that every ligament is ready for that kind of movement through the knee, through the ankle, through the hip, so you don't do yourself any injury. And again, we're bringing it back to centre. We're going to come up, we're going to stretch the foot forward, push into the tiptoes, and bring it in. Let's try the other side, so stepping it out. Bend the back knee. Just let the foot rock side to side. And then we're coming up, stretch the toes, step it in. So let's take it into our down dog. You can do it from the back of the chair or the front of the chair, it's completely up to you. If you're at the front, you may want to bend your knees to bring your hands down. Now with your hands, if you've got them on the chair, then you want to make sure that you're pushing with the fingers, and that you're making sure that the arms, again let me lift up slightly, that the arms are rolling to the front. So you're pulling, you're ripping up the chair, trying to kind of rip it up, and it will make the arms move towards the front so that they bend backwards. We're not going to bend them anywhere, but it's always good to know that. It protects the hands. So from here, stepping back to down dog, push the armpits towards the floor. If you find that your knees want to bend your knees. It doesn't matter. You'll feel this stretch coming through the back, coming down to the bum. So again, we've sat down at the front and we've stretched all the front of the body, but this is the back of the body. If you can, you might find you can straighten one leg and then the other, but you don't want your back, if you stretch it, to curl. You want to keep pulling your shoulders away from each other, but also not rolling them to the front. You want to push the armpits to the front. You want to push the chest down to the floor, but at the same time keeping them shoulder blades spread, not pulling them together. Lovely. So we're going to step ourselves up, come forward, bring your right foot forward and place it on the floor. Bring your weight over your hand so that you come onto your tiptoe at the back. Squeeze your stomach muscles, squeeze your pelvic floor and come up onto your tiptoe of your right foot. Then see if you can lift your knee up towards your chest so it's off the floor. And then bring it back down. Bring the left foot in to join it. And let's go out. Let's take ourselves back out. Step back out to down dog. Push back. And we're trying to rip up the chair, push the armpits towards the floor, pull the shoulder blades together, push the chest to the floor, straighten the legs if you can, but don't worry, they can't. Roll forward, bring the left foot forward and come onto the toes of your right foot. Shoulder blades back, tuck the chin in, squeeze your stomach muscles in, squeeze your pelvic floor. Bring your left foot up onto your tiptoe and then see if you can lift it off the floor, squeezing the leg up. And this is a plank, but just a little bit easier. But at the same time we're working them stomach muscles and working them shoulders. So bring the foot down. Bring the other foot in, bend the knees, undo your hands, roll up, give your hands a little shake. Lovely. So, I'm going to bring you back on down onto your chair. So we're going to take it into a side angle pose and then into a twist. So the same thing we do standing up, but we're doing it sitting down. I'll turn my chair to the side so that you can see where my bum is. You're going to have your bum on the edge. You're taking your left foot out to the side and pointing the toes out. You're keeping your right foot pointing forward. You're bringing your elbow down onto your left leg and you're bringing your right thumb behind your back. You're then going to use that elbow to twist to look up to the ceiling. If you want, you can straighten your left arm and slide it down to the floor. If you've got a block, you can always put a block down there. You're looking either forward or you can turn and look towards the left and look up to the ceiling. If you feel you can take that right hand out. From here, take it so that you're giving yourself a thumbs up. Then breathe in, bringing it up. And if you can, over by your head. Now remember, think about what's happening in your shoulders, what's happening in the body. If it says no, then don't do it. So we're bringing our arm back up to the ceiling. Imagine somebody's in the ceiling, they've grabbed hold of your finger and they're going to pull you upwards and bring your arm down. Lovely. So I'm going to do the other side. So I'm going to bring my foot in. I'm going to take my right foot out to the side. Keep my left foot in. I'm breathing out and bringing my right elbow down. Thumb goes down, it's going in behind my back. I'm using that to pull back, to twist me. Now, because my hand's here on my back, if there's any problems in your spine, it'll be around this area. So listen to that area of your back. When you lift that elbow, if it goes, no, that hurts, don't go any further. Now, the hand that's on your leg, you may find it want to slide to the floor. And like I said, if you've got a block, you may want to put the block on the floor, or you go all the way. You can take the hand of the left hand out, turn it so you're giving yourself a thumbs up, and then bring it up and over your head. You can look forward, or you can turn towards the left and look up. Lifting the chin so that you're giving yourself a gap. You're not squeezing your chin, you're not being locked in. And again, we're bringing the hand up to the ceiling. Imagine someone's up there. They're going to pull you up and bring you out. So the whole back stays nice and straight. Bringing that leg in. So let's try a little twist. In fact, I'll stay here because it makes it easy for you to see. So again, thinking about your back, what's happening in this area of the spine. Any pain, stop. Taking that left leg out again. Keeping the right leg where it is. Turn yourself so that you're looking over and your belly button's going in the same direction as your left leg. You're going to come down so that you're on your elbows, of both on. Now you're going to leave your left leg, you're going to leave your right elbow there, and you're going to take your left elbow behind your back so that the elbow's down. The same thing, you're going to lift that elbow and look behind if you can. Everything you're doing is what's happening underneath that hand on your back. How does it feel around that area? As well as your shoulders, because the shoulders might not like it either. But this is twisting the spine. It's also giving your internal organ a bit of a twist. And every time you breathe, you'll start to massage your bowels, your kidneys, your liver, your spleen. Everything gets a nice massage as you twist. Even if it's only a tiny little bit of a twist. So we're going to bring ourselves back out and bring our elbows back down onto our knees. And then we're going to use our hands to push ourselves back up. We're bringing that foot in. We're taking it out on the other side. Turning ourselves round, keeping that foot out. The elbows go down on the knee. The right foot's out, the left elbow staying there. The right hand is coming behind the back, finding that part of the spine. Lifting the right elbow, twisting the body round to the back. Looking over the back if you can. How's your breathing? Where are you breathing? And we're going to rotate back in. Hands go down. Lift up. Bring yourself back to centre. Give your shoulders and your legs a little shake.
We'll bring it down onto our feet, and we'll finish this part with our alphabet with our foot. So if you want, you can cross your legs over, and you're just going to relax back. It's all about your foot this time. You're going to do your alphabet with your feet. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Bring it down. Now this makes sure that you're moving, and if you've ever had an ankle injury, the physios will give you this exercise to work. So if you're out and you pull a ligament, then keep doing these as much as you can, and it will help to work on the leg. So it's always good again to do it, especially if you're walking a lot. So here we go. And it's alpha, it's capital letters. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Bring it down. Give your legs a little shake. So I'm going to bring the camera up, and as I've remembered, we'll do our face. I'm going to come forward a touch as well. Oh, I've just remembered, I've got to do it because I've got to make sure. I've got to make sure Instagram can see me as well. Now, you can use any product you want. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It just so happens I haven't creamed my face today, so I've got all my creams. And I'm not necessarily saying they work, but it's still a nice massage. The same thing that we do with our fingers, with our toes. It pulls the blood towards our face and helps improve the circulation up here. So, I've got loads of different creams, but I'll work with these. So this is just, you can use vegetable oil, olive oil, if you haven't got any creams. This is a cream from Lidl. It cost me £1.25. And it does the same as any £70 cream. So put it on, put cream all over your face and onto your neck. Now you're going to use your fingers and you're going to push up the side of your nose and out. So up and out. We're going to do 8. But you're trying to cup everything up as you're going. So that's 8 there. Then you're going to imagine that you're going to rub away. So you're just rubbing up, you're not rubbing down. So rubbing up and pushing all the lines out of your forehead. Push them up. Push them away into the hairline. Now we're rubbing out them wrinkles. Don't forget the bridge of your nose, especially if you've got people that you're kind of like, really? Now I call these my children's lines. I have 3 lines, I have 3 children, strangely enough. The deepest one is the middle one, my second child. strange. So yes, I believe these are all your children lines. So from there, you're then going to get your fingers in this position, and from your nose, you're going to push. So it's coming up the side, and again, you're going round your ears. Now, the reason we bring everything to our ears is because we're going to drain everything out into our lymphatic system. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we're going to get our fingers sort of like this, and the thumb's going underneath, the fingers are going over the top. We're coming from the chin, and we're again rubbing. So we're working with the contours, working with our facial structure, trying to push it all out of the way. Push it all up. And then we're bringing our fists and we're catching them underneath our cheekbones and pushing up and then pushing away again to the ear. Pushing up and away. Push and away. So right underneath your cheekbones and lift up. And bring it down. So we're going to do our lips. Now I'm using an extra cream, but you don't have to. Again, you can just add a little bit more cream if you need to. Put in a bit at the top of the lip, bit at the bottom of the lip. Using your 2 fingers and kind of doing this, you're going to try to wipe away all your wrinkles. So you're pushing and you're wiping them away. And then we're going to do the bottom one, and you're just pushing out to the side, and then you're going to push all the way up. Now again, I'm going to use a different one from your eyes, but you don't have to. Now with the eyes, again, you just make sure that you've got a lot of cream on. Put in a bit round the bottom of the eye and also around the top of the eye. The eyes are quite sensitive, so we want to make sure we've got a lot of cream on them. Again, our 2 fingers, and where our puffy eyes are, we're pushing out and again towards the ears. Pushing out and towards the ears. What you'll also notice is it takes in your crow's feet as well. And then we're taking it to the top of the eye, so we're going with the bridge, we're lifting it up, pushing, holding for about 2 seconds, and again taking it off to the ear. Lifting, taking it off to the ear. From here, we're grabbing our ears and we're pulling our ears out to the side, working our way all the way down to the earlobe. At the back of the earlobe, with 2 fingers again on each side, we're pulling down. So we're again wanting to draw everything down through our lymphatic system. We're going to lift our chin and we're going to use the flat of our hands to rub and pulling it down. We're pulling it in towards our collarbone, the middle of our collarbone. You can also do that with your chin. Have double chins and going around, getting again on the other side of your lymphatic. And then bring it right down just to here and just go with 2 fingers
just round by the top of the collarbone, bringing it down to help it drain away. And then release it. So we're going to get our 2 fingers and we're going to bring them across and we're going to pinch our lobe. And you can pinch it really tight, or it depends, just make sure it's not on your earrings. Squeeze it, and now we're going to do a breathing exercise from here. You're going to breathe in and breathe out. And with this is a really nice calming breathing practice, and the longer you do it, you should feel really quite calm, and it really does, it kind of relaxes the brain as well. At the same time, it's like you're giving yourself a hug. At the moment, so many of us are missing that. And so when you close your eyes, it really does feel as if somebody is hugging you. And then bringing your arms down. And a big breath in and out through the mouth. So, thank you for joining me today. Let me just turn the camera off.